Hey y'all, are you familiar with the 12 original apostles? Today we're going to talk about John. John is the brother of James, who we talked about in our last video. He is the son of Zebedee, and he was a former fisherman. And I think that this is absolutely hilarious, but if you look in the book of John, he never once refers to himself as John. His name means Yahweh has been gracious, but like I said, he never referred to himself by his own name, but rather as Jesus' beloved, or Jesus' beloved disciple, or the beloved disciple. You can see him refer to himself as Jesus' beloved, or something of the sorts, in John chapter 13, verses 23, John chapter 19, verse 26, chapter 20, verse 2, chapter 21, verse 7, chapter 21, verse 20. John was also probably the closest disciple to Jesus. Whenever Jesus was on the cross, he gave his mother Mary into John's hand and said to Mary, "This is your son, John," and to John, "This is your mother, Mary." And this was very important and significant in the Bible because as Mary's oldest son, it was his responsibility to take care of Mary when she got old and couldn't take care of himself. And since Jesus was dying, he gave that monumental, very important task to John, which really signifies how much John meant to him and how close that they actually were. And John was also a part of Jesus' inner circle, which we'll be talking about in one next video, which consisted of Peter, James, and John. Like I said, John's brother is James, and when Jesus called James and John, he gave them this other name, which is super hard to pronounce, so excuse me if I say it wrong. It is Boanergers, spelled like this, which means sons of thunder, which is kind of an odd name, but if I had to guess why he decided to give them this name, I think that it would refer to their often zealot, passionate, or thunderous personalities. One of the examples of them showing these character traits would be whenever they were passing through a Samaritan town and the Samaritan people did not welcome Jesus. So James and John were like, "Jesus, do you want us to just call down fire from heaven and burn up this entire Samaritan town?" And Jesus was like, "No, why would we do that?" But like I said, that is a very thunderous, passionate, and often spontaneous kind of personality. You can look into that story in Luke chapter 9, verse 53 through 56. That is all that I have on John. Come back next week. We're going to be talking about Philip and continuing our study on the 12 apostles. I hope you have a blessed rest of y'all's day. Bye.